anyone who lives.
Functions is an exponential function. An exponential function is a mathematical function of the following form.
Function x is equivalent to function x is equal to a raised to the power of x.
The first step to an exponential function is evaluating. Take 3 raised to x as an example.
So in here, x will be x will be substituted by first -2 and then -1, followed by 0, 1, and finally 2.
So when you substitute 3 to when you substitute, it's going to be 3 raised to -2. So that's going to be 9, followed by -1, which is going to be 1/3, followed by 0, it's going to be 1, 3, then 9. The second step to doing exponential functions is graphing. So as you can see, there's the x-axis and the y-axis.
I don't either.
So first we have to graph -2 x.
Same.
Then 1, 9. It's gonna be somewhere here. And then -1,
With that, the
1/3, somewhere there.
Yeah.
0,
Landscape, that's
1, 1 to 3, 1,
0, 1.
and then 2,
Which one is the Simon? So beside that one. The
then
no.
this form. Okay.
Oh, no, that's the this one's for the feet. This is the
Okay. Our first word problem is Dr. Jacobson is studying an endangered fox whose population is declining by 10% every year. If there are currently 9,200 foxes, how many will remain in 3 years? First step is to solve the ones in the parentheses. So that's gonna be 0.9 raised to 3. Then copy 9,200. After that, again, the parentheses 0.9 times 3 is going to be 0.729. Now, when you multiply those two together, the answer would be 6,706.8. And that's the final answer. Foxes.
Now that we're done with the basics, we're moving on to this thing called word problems. What are they? They're a rare species. Nobody likes to deal with them. But we are going to teach you how to do it anyway. So we're going to have this formula. And that formula is going to be, first is going to be A equals P multiplied by 1 minus R or plus R raised to the power of T. Now, when do you use plus or minus? You use the plus R if you're going to be dealing with anything that suggests an increase or growth. And if you're going to have a decay or a decrease, that's when you're going to use the minus R. There are 2 more types of equations, however, that you would be dealing with in equations. Now, if you see anything that says annually, semi-annually, monthly, bi-monthly, then you are dealing with an equation that has compounding in it. Now, that formula, you're going to use A equals P multiplied by 1 plus or minus R over N raised to the power of N multiplied by T. And if you're going to be dealing with anything that has continuously compounding, you're going to have P multiplied by E raised to the power of RT. Stop. Now, N would be anything that says compounded. So if you see annually, that would mean you put 1. If it was semi-annually, it means twice per year. You would put 2 in that scenario. And if it's like monthly, that would mean once every month. And now we have 12 months, so that would mean 12. And now you know what all these values mean.
Now for a more complicated question, word problem. Jack owns a painting that is currently valued at 2,000 dirhams. The painting is believed to increase in value by 5% each year. So how much would this be worth in 5 years? So the formula for this is A equals 2,000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.05 raised to 5. So first, solve for the ones in the parentheses. So that would be 1.05 raised to 5 is going to be 1.27, blah blah blah, continue, times 2,000. So the final answer is 2,552.56 dirhams.
Jack thinks that 2,552 is a little bit too short, and he wants to sell it when it's 4,000 dirhams. But how long will it take before it reaches that value? So now we have our final answer. He wants 4,000, and his initial value is 2,000. We have our rate, which is already 0.05, but we do not have t. My friends, this is where logarithms apply, and we are not in charge of logarithms. Go to some other video for that. Now, what you would do here is, you would first have to isolate t. And for that, we'll have to first eliminate t. So we're going to divide everything by 2,000, and that will cancel out our p, which is already 2,000. So now, 4,000 divided by 2,000 would make it 2. So now we have 2 equals 1 plus 0.05 raised to t. Now we're going to do the brackets, which is 1.05 raised to t. And now we have this thing here, 2 equals 1.05 raised to t. So with logarithms apply, you would know that 1.05 raised to t would be equal to 2. What we're going to do here is we're going to skip over and do log 2 divided by log of 1.05. And that will leave us with 14.20 years. Now, Jack realizes that 14.20 years is a little too long, and he wishes to sell it at 4,000 dirhams in 5 years. But what would the rate have to be to reach that value? Well, my friends, what we're missing here is R. We already have the final value, which is 4,000, we have the time, which is 5, and we have our initial value, which is 2,000. So, what we have to do is we have to isolate R. Now pause. All that's missing now is R. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and isolate R. So first off, we're gonna have to get rid of this P over here. So we're gonna divide both sides of the equation by 2,000, which is our P. And that would leave us with 2,000 gone, and 4,000 here would turn into 2. So now what's left? We have to get R. Right? We have to get R, but that's in the parentheses. And we can take it out of the parentheses because there's this T over here, which is an exponent. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna root both sides by 5. And that is gonna take out the exponent on, how is this? That's gonna take out the exponent, and that's gonna turn 2 into 1.15. It's already rounded up, just for visual purposes. So now we have 1.15 equals 1 plus R, and since there's nothing outside the parentheses, it's already safe to remove that parenthesis. So now we have 1 plus R. To isolate the R from that 1, we're gonna transpose that 1 over to the other side. So it's gonna be 1.15 minus 1 is equal to R, and 1.15 minus 1 is 0.15. And for our final answer, that's gonna be a 15%. So now we know our rate is 15%. It would have to be, the rate would have to be 15% in order for Jack to reach 4,000 in 5 years.
And that's about it. We hope you learned from the frontliners.